Coffee time and welcome to this week's video, first of the year. We're here at Farlington Marshes with the view of getting some overwintering birds. The highlights here are the short-eared owls, marsh harrier, and the multitude of sort of wading birds, the geese and the like. So hopefully going to try and catch a little bit. It was a really lovely morning. When I first got here this morning, it was a fabulous dawn, and I managed to catch some reed buntings on the reed, so hopefully that comes out really nice. It's come over a bit cloudy now. I'm going to probably wait here until this afternoon. It's lunchtime at the moment, so have something to eat, recharge the batteries, and then have a look to see whether the short ears come out. They're a little bit unpredictable. They've been out a couple of times in the last week. I've had a look at where they report the sightings online. Give it a go. Show 2-3 o'clock seems to be the prime time, but it's just nice to get out, first trip, get that under your belt, yeah, and then see what comes. The walk around the reserve along the seawall is about 2.5 miles, and on a glorious morning like this morning with the sun just coming up, it really made for a lovely walk. Love the way in which the light is catching their backs, and although you can imagine them being really quite light, I just love the way in which the male here just gradually bends over the reed to access the seeds. Walking further round, I came across this, I believe to be a Meadow Pippet, and what I really loved, you can see how still it is. The reflection is almost as vivid as the bird itself, and he almost seemed to be sort of peering in at himself, using it like a mirror. But again, the sun, just absolutely marvellous, really great light first thing in the morning. As you come out more onto the open part of the reserve, you can see an array of ducks, but the one that really stood out was this pintail, nicely here, really showing well, just the lovely colours and the shape of the head, and the white coming up just around the back of the head, really nice. Now, I've seen the oyster catchers in other places, but this is the quantity that here just really amazed me. In fact, actually the quantity full stop of birds here at Farlington. I think the density of the population here, of all the different birds, was much greater than I've seen in other places. So it's a really great place to come. And here we have the little curlew. There was quite a few curlew again. Something that I need to work on over the coming year is my bird in flight photography and videography. Yeah, I'm certainly not practiced in this, and although it's a little bit shaky, I've tried to stabilise it a bit. But we have the marsh harrier here, which again is quite regular at this venue, and he swept around right over my head. The kestrel, on the other hand, was a little bit easier to track. He just hovered there nicely for me. The only issue was I've got a new camera, and I'm still sort of working out the settings, and I would have preferred to have filmed this so I could have slowed it down in post. But yeah, even so, I managed to track him reasonably well, and I must admit, look glorious here. So before Christmas at Keyhaven, saw the first of the brent geese coming in to overwinter. But what got me was the sheer number of them here at Farlington Marshes. They seem to outnumber every other type of geese, including the more familiar Canada geese. Something of a bit of a rarity is the white-fronted geese here. Again, there was only about 15 or so of those amongst, well, literally thousands of the brent geese and Canada geese. It was quite good to see the Canada geese come past, so you give a bit of an idea of the size comparison, and you really do see that white portion of just above the beak, which presumably leads to their name. The only disappointing part of the day, really, I suppose, is the fact the way in which the weather changed from the morning to the afternoon. All of a sudden, and it was forecast, but instead of being a real clear day, it became overcast and a steady rain, which meant that although the short-eared owls were visible, they certainly weren't up and flying. I saw one come across at one point, but this is a first for me, so at least I managed to get to see them. They were quite some way off, so I didn't get an opportunity to get any decent photographs, definitely not in flight as well. But yeah, it's some encouragement. I'm going to probably see if I can fit in, and maybe not doing a whole day here, but maybe fit in coming in and dropping in for an afternoon one time, because it seems as if it's the afternoons that they tend to show just that little bit more. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a big thumbs up and like and subscribe. And as always, I look forward to you joining me in the next one.